My first time going live. First time going live on YouTube. Let me see how this goes. I never went live on YouTube before. Let's see if we can get some people in here. Okay, well, we gonna start without nobody being on the live. Well, today, the negative energy tried to attack me. So I went for a little walk to get rid of the feeling that I was feeling. You know, sometimes when you feeling like you want to, just do something crazy or say something crazy to somebody, take you a time out to get some time to yourself before you do something crazy. And that's what I'm doing. This is my first time going live on YouTube. Never did this before. I think I'm gonna start doing it. Instead of putting up the Positive Vibes podcast, I'm gonna also do some positive morning walks. Hopefully we can uplift somebody this morning, because I damn sure was going through it this morning. Let me tell y'all what happened. I told my girlfriend, let's go for a ride to get some breakfast. We jump in the car, and where we was initially going, I said, you know what? I don't feel like cooking breakfast this morning, so I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A, give me one of them breakfast burritos. But I didn't tell her where we was going. She gets upset because she said I'm using up all the gas. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm going to get us some breakfast, and here it is, you worrying about gas. So I gets upset. I said, you know what? How about I just get out your car and walk to the house? I've been walking now for about 20 minutes. Some of the areas I walked through was real dangerous, but I done made it to the safe parts and feel a little better. But imagine if I would have had to just deal with that negative conversation, my whole day would have been ruined. So now I got me some time to myself. I could think, not upset anymore. And that's what a lot of us got to do. Sometimes we be in these streets and we don't use our head, we don't think, and we react. And that second of reacting costs you a whole lifetime of pain. So before you react, you got to think. So now when I'm supposed to go home and get my car, but I don't have to worry about gas. I missed the Chick-fil-A breakfast, but I'm gonna go sit down and have me a nice breakfast. It's still breakfast time. I've not had me a nice brunch. That's what I'm gonna do. How everybody out there doing, man? Let's see what we got going on here. I see a 100. I can't see really because the sun's in my eyes. But yeah, man, Positive Vibes podcast. I will be back up. I'm gonna try to get a couple of people that's incarcerated, and I'm gonna get them on like, you know how you got rival gangs in jail, all these guys on the streets going at it with each other, shooting up each other, and then when they go to prison, you got to go in there and get along with them. But what I want to do is I want to get rival gang members that's incarcerated and put them online and have them to, just explain the living situations in prison and how they're in there getting along and operating in prison. Because nobody in prison, I don't care what gang you from, you're not in prison going at it with each other. And I explain that often on my podcast. So what I want to do is now take it to the next level. I want to get rival gang members that's not, that's incarcerated and they not beefing with each other in jail. And I want to hear that conversation between those two. So that's my plan. That's what I want to do. I done did a whole lot of wrong in the streets. So it's time to do some correction. I was misled as a youngster. So now I could give game back to some of the youngsters that the older guys didn't give to me. And hopefully I can be a game changer in their life. If I could reach one, that one might reach two. That two might reach 20 and so forth. We all got a job to do as adults. A lot of us, let me tell you something. When I was coming up and I used to see my grandfather, right? My grandfather didn't hang out with a lot of dudes. My grandpa didn't wear his pants hanging off his butt. He used to wear his church suits or just his dress suits, keep himself groomed up. Back in the days, older men in their 40s and 30s, they presented themselves how a man's supposed to. Nowadays, you got grown men that's in their 40s and that's in their 30s acting like they 16 and 17. Don't want to take care of their responsibilities. Then you wonder why your kids is out here roaming the streets. You ain't got no control of them because you spend most of your time in the neighborhood trying to be a father figure to somebody else's kids. But the only thing different is you telling your kids all the right stuff when you do get a chance to talk to them. But then when you get around somebody else's kid, you tell them go shoot and kill somebody. Don't make no sense. So, yeah, man, this is my first time going live on YouTube, and I'm going to be doing this more often. I got to get my YouTube channel up and going. I was doing the rap music, and when I was doing the rap music, boy, this page was booming. It used to have 150,000 views, and it was going up. But we ain't gonna we changing it now. It's called Positive Vibes Podcast. Every now and then I do some